Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dylan again, and welcome back to my channel. So I had a question from one of my subscribers, and that is, Dylan, how do you avoid getting burnout? And I'm going to answer that question basically based on my own experience. And the reason why I feel that a lot of people get burnout is because they don't have a plan. They don't really know what they need to work on next, so they keep on opening. If they're working on a game, they open the game engine, they mess with the game engine, and they go in, they start tweaking things, they add C# files, but they don't really have a vision of what they want to build. They don't step back and say, okay, I'm going to be building this game. This game is going to be released in 3 months. It's going to have feature X, Y, and Z, and it's going to be in this platform and that platform. So what I'm telling you right now is that you need to have a plan. You need to be setting these things up in your calendar. One of the things that I do every time I work on a project, and I used to be just like, many of you that are feeling burnout because you keep thinking about doing something, but you never actually get to do it. And the easiest way to avoid that is to actually start small. And I always say that in all my videos, and the reason why I say that is because I truly believe that making something small that is very well planned is better than making something so large that you're really gonna get, you're gonna lose motivation over that long period. And it's gonna be really hard to stay motivated unless you see changes right away. And by making a small project and by planning the whole thing, it's much easier to get motivated because you're gonna be seeing changes right away. You're gonna be able to see the game. You're gonna be able to test the mechanic. You're gonna be able to give that game to other people so they can try it out. So you have to have a plan though. Like if you wanna build something and you don't wanna feel burnout, you wanna have a plan. Who is gonna be working in your team? Who is gonna be doing what? What are you gonna be doing? How much time are you gonna be spending? When are you gonna be working on this? If you have a day job and you have a family, you gotta plan your time. If you're gonna go up to bed and you're gonna spend time with your family and then work late nights, you gotta put that in your calendar. A lot of times I found myself, feeling that way because I wasn't planning. The easiest way to tell your brain and to get your brain into getting habits is by doing repetition. So what I do every morning is I have this habit of going to the gym and exercising before I start working on my game. The reason why I do that is because that's what excites me. Like I get every single piece of me motivated in working on a project because I know that I exercise. So that's kind of like my ritual before I work on a game. I know that I need that. So if you need to exercise, or if you need to do a hobby, or if you need to spend time with your family, you need to find something that really gets you excited, that gets you into the mindset of, okay, I'm ready, I'm gonna be working on the project. You gotta have a strategy, to work on your project. You're gonna set a deadline, just like I was saying. So make sure that by all means you're planning this out before you start working on the game. A lot of times you're gonna feel burnout just because we're not planning. You need to be able to plan. You gotta set up that in your calendar. You gotta set time aside. You gotta tell your family, your wife, that you're gonna be working on these things. This is very important. You might be starting as a hobbyist. You might think this is a hobby, but at some point in your career, you might want to make this your full-time job. You might want to make this real. And to make something real, you really need to make sacrifices. You need to set your goals, your expectations pretty high, and then work on them every day. And when I say every day, you gotta do it every day. You gotta make sure that you're doing, if you're gonna build a routine, if you say you're gonna work on it work on it tomorrow, you work on it tomorrow, but then you don't do it on the following day, you're gonna lose motivation pretty fast. The reason why I say work on small games is because with small games, you can basically manage the project a lot easier. And then you're gonna get into that, into those habits of managing a project, coordinating with people, coordinating with your team members, and just following deadlines and making sure that you're completing those. Once you complete a small game, you get those habits into you. It's gonna be much easier to make something more complicated. And that's the thing that I've been doing over the last few years. I started making small games, and as I make more and more games, I make them a little more complicated. Right now, I need people, and I made another video. The previous video was about this, and it was about needing more people. And the reason why I need more people is because I want to make larger games. I want to make more complicated games. I'm making, I'm growing as a company, so I'm making videos in YouTube. A lot of these things take time from you. So if you take time from your own resources, you gotta make sure that you allocate those resources. So by starting small and getting used to, the routine of how do you work, how do you plan a project, how do you set deadlines, that's what's gonna set you to success. So don't lose motivation. Don't feel burnout. Plan everything. Make sure that you're following through. Make sure that you're reviewing your goals, because that's super, super important. So thank you guys. I appreciate your time. If you have any questions about these topics, let me know through the comments. I'm always super happy about, talking to you through the comments, talking to you through social media. So thank you again, guys.